Hey friends, Casey from Nashville, Tennessee. So tonight I am going to share with you one of my most favorite recipes ever, and actually I created it when I was about 10 years old. So this is an amazing recipe. I've been cooking it every holiday season or for any special event ever since. Subscribe, get notifications, and hit the like button. Awesome. Anyhow, so this is stuffed mushrooms. Fortunately, I'm not a picky eater. None of my children are, thank goodness. So keto is very flavorful. It's very a savory diet. So this is a very savory, yummy dish. So I went ahead and got baby bella mushrooms. They're actually a teensy bit hard to buy. This is about 1.5 pounds. The best place I've ever found them at is Sam's Club. I like them to be, as you can tell, a little bit bigger. If you get them to be too baby small, like say, like this little guy, I am too small to stuff. Too small to stuff, okay? Not good. I have another video link on a portobello mushroom pizza, which in and of themselves are amazing and delish. But this recipe is a little bit different than the portobello mushroom recipe. So you kind of want them to be about this size, which again, the best place I have found has been Sam's Club. Do not wash your mushrooms. This is something, it took me a little while to learn, that we don't wash our mushrooms. You take a paper towel and just dry them off, and then you're going to pull the stem off until it's empty. And then my dish is already full, so I don't have to put that back in there. But I might take like one of the baby ones out and put this little bigger guy in there. So this is a 9 by 13 casserole dish. That's about what you want. And then I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of organic cream. Vitamin K diet literally changed my life. It's the most healthy thing you can do to improve your immune system, hair, nails, make you have beautiful glowing skin, and reverse the aging process. We need our organic cream. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that just simply on top of the mushrooms. Doesn't really matter how they go on there. Go ahead and put those over there so you can see that. And I'm just simply pouring that organic 1/2 or heavy cream, whichever you prefer, just kind of pouring it over my mush, you guys. Alrighty, so I'm gonna just kind of dump them a little bit because I don't really want the cream in the mushrooms. I just want it on the side. Okay, 400-degree oven. We are going to cook them for 15 minutes. So go ahead and take these bad boys. We're going to stick them in the oven for 15 minutes. I went ahead and took my red sauce pan from Tefal. This is an amazing Christmas gift, link on Amazon. And I put 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And I took the mushroom caps, so they look like that. And I'm just pulling the caps off the mushrooms. And then I'm going to take my big knife. I love these. These are knives because you can have the lids, which is amazing, wonderful. And I'm just going to chop them up. Now remember, when you are chopping, to be safe, our hand always goes on the top. So, we're gonna have about that much. And we're going to dump it into the pan. And then we're gonna go ahead and saute them up as the mushroom caps are baking. And again, 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. So, these little guys are gonna saute up. And then I'm going to add 1 can of chopped artichoke hearts. I would prefer not to use the ones in oil, but if you can only find the ones in oil, just drain them, no problem. So we got these little friends. We're gonna add that as these little friends are sauteing down there. And then we're going to add, this is kind of the secret sauce, is 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Do not freak if you can't find this. It's a little old fashioned. It's kind of what gives this its little zing, but it's okay. It can be skipped. Not a problem. And then I'm going to do 1 lemon squeeze. So there's a little below for this little lemon zester. And it's a really nice little thing to have. We're going to top it with, today I'm topping with Gouda cheese because that's what was in my fridge. I would basically suggest 3 different choices for sliced cheese. Definitely do not use shredded, and we're gonna put that at the very, very end. Gouda, preferred. Swiss, probably number 2. Provolone, mozzarella, that's all you have. But don't use any shredded cheese, it definitely needs to be sliced. Alrighty, so the mushroom caps, of course I'm gonna use my little oven gloves, have been in the oven for 15 minutes. You can do a bigger portobello, and if you do like just a white mushroom, they're just gonna be a little bit too small. Anywho, so we chopped up the mushroom stems. You could add a little bit of chopped onion or minced garlic if you were so feeling that inclination. I went ahead and did 1 can of chopped artichoke hearts. So I'm going to go ahead and add some Worcestershire sauce just because that gives it that kind of old-fashioned taste, almost 1 tablespoon. Again, this is a very, very old recipe. Created it myself, so it's just a very old recipe. And we're going to use a lemon squeezer and do 1 whole lemon and just squeeze that lemon in there. Everything back into the ingredients with a spoon. So just get crazy and add a little bit of bacon. Because you know everything's better with bacon. You could add just a little bit of bacon. Let's have a little bit of chopped bacon. So went ahead and just added about 2 tablespoons of bacon. And we're just going to fill up our little yums over here and just put a little stuffing in them. And they've already cooked. Of course, you need to use oven mitts. A little bit closer because that dish is hot. Again, a little teaspoon and just filling these little friends up here. You don't have to be very precise or very proper. You can just kind of fill them with little balls on the side. It's okay. So everything is already cooked at this point. So we really can just plop them back into that 400-degree oven and just put the sliced Gouda, which is what I'm choosing tonight. Gouda's my preferred choice. You could use Gouda, Swiss, or provolone. I definitely would not recommend cheddar, but I'm sure cheddar would be yummy too. These things are so yum, anything's gonna taste good on them. Instead of bacon, you could add frozen spinach. Just make sure you train it very well. You could add, to make it completely vegan, vegetarian, you could also add a can of crab meat. I have sliced Gouda. Just put the sliced Gouda on top of the mushies. And then we're going to plop them back into the oven. 400 degrees, 5 minutes. Put the stuffed mushrooms in the oven. Everything is already cooked. You really only need it to let the cheese melt it. 400-degree oven, about 10 minutes, certainly no longer than 10 minutes, or until you just see the cheese. What you want to see is that cheese being looked very melted and yummy. So anyhow, I hope that you enjoyed this recipe, and please hit subscribe.